Honorable Président,
Honorable President, honorable members, ladies and gentlemen, it is with enormous pleasure and great honor that I address you here today to speak about the situation concerning human rights in the last colony of Western Sahara. I am very moved to be here with you, my brothers, my sisters from Africa, to, in fact, be able to share with you the hopes and aspirations of the African people for peace, for democracy, and for the respect of human rights. I thank you equally to have included in your debates this crucial question of the human rights, of women's rights in Africa for this year, 2016.
je vous exprime également
I also express to you the gratitude and of our Association of the Families of Prisoners and Disappeared for the number of resolutions that you have already adopted in favor of peace and human rights in this area of Africa still under the colonial rule and the Moroccan colonial rule. I will make my presentation with a video presentation, which you are in fact able to see right now, which shows you the extent of the very serious issues, of the very serious violations committed by the occupation authorities against our people, and particularly against Sahrawi women. The conflict of Western Sahara, which continues and has been continuing over 40 years, has already caused thousands of victims, enormous amount of displacement. These very serious and systematic violation of human rights can be treated as genocide. On the 9th of April 2015, the highest tribunal in Spain, in fact, applied a sentence, in fact, to this effect, and in fact installed cases against 12 military and civilian Moroccans who had been implied. This is a very important step to try to reverse the impunity which has been enjoyed for those who are responsible for these violations. In effect, and although Morocco has in fact recognized the situation, unfortunately Morocco has yet not made or certainly brought any proof of this. Moroccan authorities have not given back the bodies of those families who continue to claim them. They do continue to avoid and to not allow access to exhumation work and to the identification of many graves, of many mass graves that have been discovered. On the other hand, the majority of those detained, of these political detainees of Sahrawi, are imprisoned in different prisons in Morocco and in flagrant violation of the international conventions and of the Geneva Convention. Amongst them, we've got 20 civilians who've been condemned by military tribunals after the very violent events of the 8th of November 2010 by the occupation forces. On the 15th of April 2016, the union leader Ibrahim Sekar, 32 years, has died in a hospital of Agadir, Morocco. Ibrahim was detained the 1st of April when he was coming out of his house to participate in a peaceful demonstration. He was taken to the police station where he was tortured for hours. From the first days, Brahim decided then to start a hunger strike to protest against these ill treatments. Another Sahrawi Mr. Mohammed, who is well known as Shamad Bajouli, was in fact killed the 27th of February 2016 and shot by the Moroccan wall. The 2nd of May 2016, the body Omar Dem Mahari, of 22 years of age, was found near the University of Agadir. He had, in fact, been taken away by elements of the police 5 months previous. 2 other Sahrawis, in fact, were also killed since the beginning of this year. 4 others have been injured. Just the mines alone have caused more than 2,500 victims along these 40 years. This is according to the last reports by the Secretary General of the United Nations on Western Sahara. All this, in fact, is happening whilst the only international presence, which is in fact MINURSO has no mandate where human rights are concerned. No other United Nations agency or any humanitarian organization has a presence in the occupied territory. Even the International Committee of the Red Cross, the African Commission of Human Rights and People, all the NGOs towards the defense of human rights and the press are not welcome. Since the beginning of this year, Moroccan authorities have expelled more than 120 international observers from several European countries, Canada and United States. Even the personal envoy of the United Nations Secretary General, Mr. Christopher Ross, has been declared persona non grata by the Moroccan authorities. Regarding the situation in the territories who are controlled by the Arab Democratic Republic of Sahrawi, in spite of the lack of means, the Sahrawi authorities do make all efforts to guarantee the respect of human rights as well as civil, political, and economic, social, and cultural rights. No person detained for his or her opinions is subject to torture and to ill treatment. It is, in fact, what is stated in the report of the General Secretary of the United Nations in his report S-2016-355, paragraph 77. In the same paragraph, the United Nations Secretary General, Mr. Ban Ki-moon, and I'm going to quote, the catastrophic humanitarian situation associated to the absence of access to the wealth and the natural resources west of the wall have denied Sahrawis the right to live according to their economic, social, and cultural rights. This is the end of the quote. Our organization follows very closely the situation in the Sahrawi Republic, and we do congratulate ourselves that we are the only country in the world today where no woman has been detained, not even for any normal civil actions. Mr. President, members of Parliament, ladies and gentlemen, after 40 years, it is high time that the parents of more than 400 Sahrawi who have disappeared have obtained the right to the truth, to justice, and to reparation. It is high time to liberate all Sahrawi political prisoners who while away in Moroccan jails. It is high time to open the territory to international observers and that MINURSO be endowed of a mandate regarding human rights in Western Sahara. It is high time for Africa to mobilize itself far more to be able to make international law and peace prevail in Western Sahara. African states, of which 52 are signatories of the African Charter of Human Rights and People, have the duty of solidarity with the Sahrawi people to ensure, notably, the respect for Articles 19, 20, 21, and 22 of the Charter. It is only in this manner that Africa will be free, and together we will be able to put an end to the anachronism that is colonialism on our continent. Viva Africa. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much. Thank you.